Hello everybody, welcome to my new Sunday market breakdown. I will not do a trade recap because I didn't put any trades last week. Euro AUD from the previous week, not the week that was it came. The previous one was just a break even, so I will not do a trade recap about that. But yeah, so we start with the DXY as usually, and what I can still see is from previous week, the price went to the upside after that liquidity taken from that weekly reverse point low wick. So as you can see, the price went till this weekly lows, and we just stepped below that. So the banks and institutes like to take some buyers from there. So they did, and they went to the upside. So what we had then or potentially can have after that weekly bullish impulsive candle close, and we have already a second one, is some relief after that because the sprinter got tired, and we can make this potential smaller shoulder one, head shoulder two. This is just one leg for me, but you can see it as a smaller inversion and shoulders that the liquidity can be taken from for more upside momentum till the weekly highs, because the weekly trend is still bearish for me. The monthly is bullish because we are at this monthly lows, and that's why we are struggling here, but the weekly is still bearish. So what can we see? We had here our high, we had a new low. This is one leg from me, and we had here same highs and same lows, so we have same lows. We expect same highs, the bearish W with a natural W. So we expect the price to come till the same highs here. So that's why the price is moving to the upside after that liquidity taken. So if I go on the daily, what can I see on the daily? The daily broke this major daily lower high. This one was the last lower high. This was a lower low, and we broke it impulsively. So we have now a new high. This is one leg from me because this smaller bullish M here is just not broken that wick here from that high, so that's why I count it as one leg. So you can take the fib from the whole structure high to the low here, and the price can potentially make this smaller bullish M, where the price can just reverse on potentially, or we can go to the upside, downside, and we can make this shoulder one, head shoulder two within that bullish M here, with the ascending trend line holding the price up. So what I expect from the DXY for the moment is some bearish momentum, for sure, maybe till that IC here, because between all the blue candles you have one red candle, which is working a lot of times as a magnet. So the price can come back to the downside and struggling here or at these lows, and then we can potentially go to the upside, or we can make this potential smaller shoulder one head. We go under it, and then we can go more to the downside to complete that inversion and shoulders. This is also possible for more upside momentum. So that's what I can see on the DXY. Does the DXY can go to the downside? For how long, we don't know. Or it can also go to the upside. That's also possible, but I think it will go more to the downside for the moment. So the first pair I'm looking at is Euro USD. So if I go on the weekly, what can you see on the weekly? We were sitting at this weekly high. So we had the same highs. We were in a weekly bullish market because this was our low, high, low, high. So we have the same highs. In a bullish market, we expect a natural M. So same highs, we expect the same low. So that's why I drew my weekly low zone here. So the price is already rejecting from that weekly highs, and it's going back to the downside already impulsive. So I will go on the daily. And what I can see on the daily is we had here a triple top. So this was an indication for me, okay, the price is getting very tired, and there is a high chance we go to the downside, because this is a sign for us that the bears are kicking in and the bulls are tired. We can also see this corrective nature with the trend in the channel trading, and here it stopped 3 times. So that's why we went to the downside. So now we are having or making a bearish pattern, bearish trend, and we have that first leg, second leg, third leg, fourth leg, bearish W. So between all the red candles, you have again one blue candle aligning with the DXY, but this is the other side because the USD is at the end, Euro USD. If the DXY go to the downside, Euro USD go to the upside. So we have that bullish candle, and we expect the price to come to that IC here, and then making some pattern decel or a fake out from that daily bearish W, and then we can go to the daily -27. So that's what we can see. So then the next one, I will just first go to the 4-hour on EURUSD. On EURUSD, it's not that clear. We are in this bearish W here. So this is a very important region, this lower high region. So the price can come back till here, going a little bit above that, and maybe then go to the downside to make that fake out of that 4-hour lower high. Then the next trade, EURCHF. On the weekly chart, what can we see on the weekly? We are still bullish. We have this major low. This is our new high. And we took some liquidity from this low wick here, as you can see. And now we are again at this weekly liquidity zone. So I can expect potentially buyers to kick in because the banks like to take their buyers. As you can see, very nice till this weekly high. And then we can go more to the downside. So yeah, this is looking nice. The bullish M that can play out. The price can go maybe a little bit more to the downside and then potentially make that, yeah, nice liquidity from that lower zone, lower wick here. So this is potentially that can happen. But I have until the daily, and what I saw, the daily is still bearish because we had here this high, new low, then this high, lower low. So the price can come back till this daily lower high. That's possible. Very possible, but I saw, okay, on the 4-hour, because we are using the new strategy, and you can see we took that liquidity from that weekly reverse point, and now I want to see a candle retracing back, closing above that black horizontal for our reverse point, and then we want to take the trade after that close here on that reverse point like this, along like this for around, yeah, maybe till the daily highs. Yeah, daily highs. It's not that impulsive trade, but I guess, yes, this is one impulse from me. This is one impulse. The wicks go over into each other. So this is one impulse. So this is like that. Yeah. So yeah, we made there also new lows. So this is the daily previous high. So we expect the price to come till this daily high. So it's not that high potential trade to take here. If you want to take maybe a 3%, it can, yeah, it can potentially go. But if you want to take the bigger daily highs, then it's this one. This you can for sure take also. So this will be around, yeah, 7% will be enough here. So this can be potentially your trade on EURCHF. So we'll see what will happen on that close. Then EURNZD on the weekly. If I go on the weekly, yeah, I have a lot of now some more scenarios for to take the liquidity zones. So what you can see on the weekly, we have this major bullish M here, this very major bullish M, high, low, new higher high, and then within that we have here this yeah, bullish patterns, higher highs, higher lows here. So this is our previous low, this is our new high. We have here an IC sitting, liquidity zone low that got taken here, and also from that bullish candle here for the potential fake out flag that can come back to the upside, because this is the kind of same lows, we can expect same highs because the IC is sitting here, so the price likes to take some liquidity there from that IC. And we had also that IC here, smaller one with that lowest wick that took some liquidity here, so we can expect more upside momentum. So we are still in a bullish market, so this can happen very well. So I went to the daily, and on the daily, what can you see? A very nice pattern. It's a pattern against us, so it's actually a daily pattern against us. So we have the same lows, so we expect the same highs in a bearish market. So we have here the bearish W, within that the same lows, so we expect the same highs and natural W. So yeah, I think we can expect that also. So you can trade that trade to the upside to the daily highs here, and then it can go for more downside momentum. So this is what I can see. And on the 4-hour, it's the same principle. The price needs to come back above that, closing above here, and then you can take the trade here from when that candle closes above and it's retested, then the trade will be active till the daily highs from that natural W. So the price already having some diesel here. As you can see, it's already making some diesel, so it's more likely it will go to the upside from there. So then GBPJPY on the weekly chart, what can you see? On the weekly chart, we are at the weekly same highs, and you can see it took again some liquidity here from this weekly high week. You can see it already got one time, and now the second time, the higher week from that. So we could take some liquidity from there, and the banks will try to push the price to the downside till this weekly low potentially, or going more to the downside, because we have that potential bigger natural M, same highs, we expect same lows to the downside. So this can potentially happen. And when we were at this price range, it was just here from 2016, and then we had some very big impulse to the downside. So yeah, this can happen too from this year. It can happen also this week, this month, whenever it will happen, that it will go to the downside. So it took some liquidity 2 times from this one and this highest week recently. So yeah, I will go to the daily, and on the daily you can see the same principle on EURNZD. We have the same highs here. Oh, sorry. You can see we are in a bullish market. This is our low, this is our higher high, and then we made the same high, so we expect the same lows. We can trade till that daily lows. We have that natural M within that bigger bullish M here. So yeah, we are trading against the trend, but the banks and institutes like to take liquidity on weekly highs, wicks, and lows wicks, so we can trade with the banks, of course. And yes, so then on the 4 hour, you can see here the nice previous structure resistance that can act as resistance here again, because we closed with the candle below. So now we expect a candle going back to that 4 hour reverse point, and then we can go to the downside. And the price is making here some ascending channel, the third tap, first touch, second touch, third touch, and then we can go to the downside. You can see impulsive with the trend correction, and yeah, this is a sign that the bulls are getting tired and the bears are kicking in. So very nice to see. Then GBPCAD on the weekly. What we can see on the weekly here, the weekly is for me still bullish. This is the low, this is the new high. These are the same wicks here, so this is one impulse for me, but you can see it as here some bullish M also. So yeah, what I could see was this resistance could become some support. So I looked closer on the weekly. The weekly is still bullish, so I look closer on the daily here. And on the daily, we can see this previous resistance here from that weekly can act as resistance again because we are under it. So that's why I want to look closer. And on the daily, you can see this is our high, this is our new low, high, lower low. So we have that bearish W here. That can play out with that IC between all the red candles. You have one blue candle. This is working like a magnet, and the price can potentially come back more to the upside to tap this daily zone of interest IC. So this can happen, and then we can go to the downside to the daily -27 or the weekly low here where the -6080 is sitting. Very nice to see that. And I went to the 4 hour, and what I saw on the 4 hour, we can see that we have this previous lower high here against us, and the price is rejecting on that because this is one impulse, the wicks go over into each other. So this is one leg. So we have that bearish W here that can play against us. So we will see what will happen on GBPCAD further if it comes back to the daily zone of interest. So then GBPNZD on the weekly chart, I have now some more pairs. Previous week was not that good, but yes. So on the weekly, what can you see? We have here these weekly highs that didn't got tapped, but we are at a weekly bullish market structure. We have that bullish M. We have here our first leg, second leg, third leg, fourth leg, going back to that IC here, potentially coming back and then going back to the upside. What I can see is that we took some liquidity from this weekly bullish candle. As you can see, this is a smaller bearish W, and we took some liquidity from that weekly low wick, so we can potentially make the same low, same highs in a smaller bearish pattern, so that we can tap this IC or weekly highs where we can take some partials from. So yeah, the banks like to take some liquidity on that weekly wicks lows highs. So I looked further on the daily, and I saw on the daily we have a daily indicational bullish pattern, bullish trend change, because it's not a fully changed yet. This is our shoulder one, had shoulder two. Here we went to the daily low, so we went lower. That's no problem. We can look for a pattern, and on the 4-hour, it's looking nice to take a bullish M. After that weekly liquidity that got taken here, very nice pattern. First leg, second leg, third leg, fourth leg, going back then till IC. I'm just taking it just above that IC body to be sure that I'm in, but the price needs to just first going to the upside that the 61.80 falls into that higher low. So I want to see first an impulse to the upside and then coming back till here to potentially make that bullish M from going more upside momentum, and then I will target the weekly highs as they take partials. So for potentially a reversal for around, what is it here, 6%. Can take also 5, but I think it's not that necessary, but 6 will be okay. So yes, then NZDCHF on the weekly. What can we see on the weekly? Yeah, the weekly is still bearish because we have here these highs. This is our lower low. Then we had here a high, and this is then our new lower low. So we have this major bearish W. But within that, you have also the smaller bearish W here. This one is also a bigger one, but yeah, it's not that big as the previous one. But you can see we have here also that, no, this is the bearish W also like this, bearish W, descending trend line holding the price down potentially, as you can see. Every time we tap it, we went to the downside. And this previous support can become resistance, as you can see. We had here already a red candle close as an indication, so we can potentially go to the downside till that weekly low again here for a potential, yeah, this can be a potential fake out flag for more downside momentum, or making that bullish M for further upside momentum to break above that weekly supply and demand zone, as you can see, to act as support. So this can happen. So I will also draw here my weekly low zone for potentially see where the price can reverse from. So I went to the daily then, and on the daily you can see that yeah, we have a pattern, an indicational bearish trend change. So we have our shoulder one, had shoulder two, we have got some sellers, but that wasn't enough, and we went to the daily highs, and now we had some more sellers till back the daily shoulder one zone. So I think the price can go to the downside after that weekly, yeah, supply and demand zone was hitting. We can see it's acting as clear resistance with a descending trend line holding the price very nice down. So I think we can go to the downside. We are not sure, but we will see. We have the advantage signals, indications with us, the patterns and stuff, and the supply and demand zone, and yeah. So I went to the 4-hour then. If my laptop, yes, on the 4-hour, there is not that, we need to still wait for a pattern. This was potentially diesel, but we didn't make it here, so we can potentially make the bearish W for more upside, downside momentum, or making here again the diesel for potentially more downside momentum. That's what I can see on NZDCHF. And then AUDNZD on the weekly. What you can see on the weekly, this is the last trade, AUDNZD. We took some liquidity from a weekly low zone. And this is a potential reversal zone because this is our shoulder one. This was our shoulder one, head. Shoulder two, we took some liquidity and back to the downside to take some more liquidity from that weekly low wick. This can potentially be a nice zone to reverse from to the upside till that potentially weekly high, or going further up to complete that inversion and shoulders. So I'm not afraid of that weekly bearish impulsive candle close. There is weekly liquidity taken from that weekly low. So the banks like to take their buys. So I went to the daily, and I saw the daily is also still bearish because you have here that low, this high, low, high, lower low. You have that bearish W against you, but we can trade that till the daily highs, which is aligning with the weekly highs also. So what I want to see then on the 4-hour is there then that pullback. So we are potentially making here already diesel. Maybe I will take it here already with my demo because I still need to backtest these diesels on that liquidity zone, and it's not that confirming for me yet that we can trade diesels on these weekly lows. So I will like to take yeah, that trade on that close here above that, and then we can take it here on the reverse point here, and then we can go to the upside potentially. So this can be a potential demo trade diesel, and then we will go for real to the upside because I have now my 2 weeks extension on FTMOs. So yeah, I will just take the trades I need to take and not going too risky. So that's why I will take a few demo trades because I'm not that sure about some trades because I need to test them out with a new strategy also. So some little stuff. And yeah, we'll see what will happen this week. I think it will be a more aggressive week than last week because for me there were no trades to take. So we will see what will happen. So guys, I hope you liked the video and see you next week. Bye.